Oh, hello folks. The Video Producers Club of Leisure World is proud to present this video about the hobbycraft facilities available at Leisure World. I'm sure many of you will recognize these sounds. Say, I'd like you to meet Mr. Vern Crawford. He's the, what are you, the president of the... Huh?
President of the...
How to take these off? You're probably wondering what I've got these on for. Well, it's pretty noisy in here, and so safety equipment is very important when you're working in this wood shop. Anyway, back to you, Mr. Crawford. You're what, the president of the...
President of the #1 wood shop in Leisure World.
You said #1. Does that mean there's another one?
Yes, there's also a wood shop #2 at Clubhouse #2.
Oh, okay. Well, let's talk about this one.
We're located at Clubhouse 1.
What, now the wood shop, is this something that's provided by Golden Rain or Leisure World, or just how does this shop come to be in existence, and how does it keep going, and where do we get funding for it?
This wood shop is part of the recreation department. It's under the supervision of Fred Cooper, the public relations manager.
Okay, we know Fred.
It's a shop for everybody in Leisure World. We all own part of it. We're all welcomed in to come into wood shop #1 or 2, whichever. To do whatever we want to do, as long as there's a supervisor on duty.
As long as they work safely.
Yes.
Very important. Now you mentioned supervisors. Where do you get, I thought you had just somebody on salary here to oversee this.
There's no salaried people here. They're all volunteer supervisors. Each supervisor is assigned to a 4-hour shift. The first supervisor comes on duty at 8 o'clock in the morning, works till noon. The afternoon supervisor comes at 12 noon to relieve the morning supervisor, and he works till 4 o'clock in the afternoon. On Saturday mornings, we're generally open. Our vice president, Francis Smith, is open. He's our instructor as far as anybody that needs instructions on using the equipment, handling of different woods and stuff. They come and see Francis, and he'll instruct them how to use the machines and how to make different cuts.
I think this is Francis Smith over here, isn't it?
This is Francis Smith.
All right, Smitty. We get people that come in here and say, well, I've used this equipment for 30 years, but then we find out they didn't really work with power tools. And it's very important when they come in and work with power tools that they observe the safety requirements, right? Yeah. And this is one of the first things that make sure that you want to make sure that they have when they walk in. Either get one of these or we'll let them use one, right? Yeah. Okay, so the supervisors are strictly voluntary, right?
That's right. Well, the reason for the supervisors is here is to watch, see that everything is working properly, see that the person is working safely. If they aren't, we call their attention to it.
So now, where does the funding come for all of this? I see a lot of material around here. And I know there's, some people have their own glue, and sometimes they don't. What's the arrangement on that?
Well, all the equipment in here belongs to the Golden Rain Foundation. They maintain it. If we have any problems with maintenance, we always get a hold of Mr. Cooper, and he sees to it that we get proper repairs made.
Okay, that's like if a bearing goes out on one of the saws, or on a drill press or something. Right. Okay.
As far as the glue is concerned, or any material, it's up to the individual to come in and furnish their own wood and their own glue.
You know, I see a lot of leftover material around here. What's the deal on that? If somebody doesn't have material, they can use that, and then is there something that is there a kitty?
We generally, if somebody just wants a small piece of scrap material, they can obtain it here. We expect them to put a contribution into the kitty. We have a kitty account that we take out of this kitty box we have here.
I see that in the past the shop has made donations to the City of Hope. Is that from the kitty?
Yes, right. We oftentimes make donations to some needy organization. We have donated to the Friends of the Library. We've donated to City of Hope. And I think there's one or two other organizations we donated to here a few years ago.
Mm-hmm. The kitty also, does that provide any material that Golden Rain doesn't pay for, or do? Yes,
if we have something that we don't feel we should ask the foundation to purchase for us, we go ahead. We hear a few months ago we decided we wanted a scroll saw.
Mm-hmm.
It cost us $500, but we took that out of our kitty and then contributed the scroll saw to the foundation.
Okay, so we've got a really fancy scroll saw here. Vern, I see some little Christmas deer here and a nut bowl, and what is this, Smitty? What?
Put in the cabinet handles in case of an earthquake and the doors won't come open. This is one of the first things we start out the new woodworkers with making. After they make a few of these, well, then they're pretty well versatile on all the equipment.
At least they know how to use the bandsaw then, huh?
Right.
So tell us about these, Vern.
These two deer here is something I've been making for several years now. They go over big at Christmas time.
As gifts?
Those two happen to be made out of walnut, which beautifies them. That's a beautiful wood. This bowl I made here a couple of years ago, this is made out of ebony, which is a real exotic wood. It's an expensive wood.
Yeah.
So there's all kinds of people in here. We have Bert Thompson over here makes all kinds of different gifts, like little automobiles, little trains, flower pots, stuff like that. Dale Wendler over here built a dollhouse here a couple of years ago, which was shown in the paper after he made it.
Looks like he's building a jig of some kind there for, what are you building now?
It's for my computer.
That's for your computer, okay.
And Francis Smith back here makes all kinds of different birds and things, wind tool,
Those are
birds
the things
and
that
stuff.
go around, work in the wind.
Whirlybirds, I should call
Yeah,
them.
whirlybird. Yeah, we see some of those. How about the signs? Anybody making those signs anymore?
Well, occasionally somebody comes in and wants a sign, and we are able to make it. We're really not equipped to do that, but we can make it.
Mm-hmm.
After
But mainly this is for the residents to come and to be able to do work that they wouldn't be able to do at their own apartments because of the noise and so on. And it provides a place for a lot of the men to come and, or women too. I forgot about that. We got to make sure we get all the women involved in there too. I see you've had a lady in here. She does chiseling, wood chiseling, wood carving. Thank you. Thanks for the word.
She made several different. She made a couple of eagles. I don't know what she's making right now, but she starts out with a piece of a tree stump and winds up with whatever she wants to make
just keeps
out
going.
of it, which turns out real nice.
Okay. Well, so we've had a very nice visit here, Mr. Crawford. Smitty? It's Smitty? What is it? Francis, right?
Francis.
Francis Smith.
Come back and see us again.
We will do that. One of the very important things that Vern pointed out to me is that the supervisors are all voluntary here at the wood shop, and they always need volunteers, because without a supervisor, the shop is going to be closed for that period of time. So it's very important that if anybody's interested, come on down and volunteer to be a supervisor. Just get in touch with Vern Crawford. Well, and here we are outside of woodshop number 2, which is at Clubhouse 2. Okay, now we're going to go on in here and see what there is about woodshop number 2. Got to talk to a supervisor before we can do anything here in the shop. Hi, now, are you a supervisor there?
Yeah, I'm a supervisor.
Hi. Well, why don't you come on over here? We want to get some information here on what these wood shops are all about, and how they're set up, and whether people can bring stuff in and get it fixed, or do they have to do it themselves. Why don't you go ahead and tell us what we need to hear. Okay, go ahead.
I'm Ed Fickler, one of the supervisors that come down here on Fridays from 12 to 3. And it's one of the club members of the Woodpeckers Club. And we are open here to help, to be a service to the people that come in that need help, or need something repaired or fixed and that, or glued to get it. We do this all for them, or they can use the machines themselves and come in and use it as their own hobby shop. We've got most of the equipment that you need. Sometimes we have material that is donated, or you can bring in your own material. So that's most I can tell you.
Okay, now you mentioned you're here on Friday. Now, is there somebody here every day?
Yeah, there's somebody here every day, including Saturdays. Only on Saturdays, we're open from 9 until 12. But during the week, we have a supervisor here from 9 in the morning till 12, and another one takes over from 12 to 3.
Okay, and who's the head supervisor here?
The head president of the club is Lou Sperling. Listen, there's always somebody here. They're always during the week.
Okay, now I heard you mention the Woodpeckers Club. What the?
Well, the Woodpeckers Club was founded quite a few years back. We got a little badge we wear, and we have for the donations that come in. We usually get a dinner for the time that we put in. This is a volunteer job, and now we get a dinner once a month.
I see. Oh, looks like you got a customer here.
Yes, we have. What can I do for you?
Those earthquake things you put.
Oh, you mean yeah, we make those for you.
I keep
Yeah, yeah, they make
those are wonderful.
Yeah.
To put on your cupboards, so nothing can fall out of your cupboards.
He's here.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, and that keeps them from opening up.
That's wonderful. Yeah.
Yeah, we make this. Oh,
Okay.
we have to make thousands of these already.
Have you?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, I just thought I
And
need
we
to get
make
some.
also army boards. They come in 3
Oh, I
different
know, I
sizes.
love them.
And then we make those hooks for on
Yeah.
all
Showers.
kinds of
Yeah.
stuff.
Oh, and I saw some of the beautiful toys that
Oh,
you guys make for the children
Yeah.
at Christmas time are beautiful. You got the rocking horses.
Oh, yeah,
I don't
yeah.
see them in there. You just did last year are beautiful. You all do beautiful work. You guys aren't here Saturday morning, huh?
Yeah.
Okay, now, what's this? A table that somebody brought in to be
That's
repaired?
repaired.
And here's a chair that somebody brought in to be
Yeah, that's
repaired.
been repaired and ready to go.
And we have drill presses and vacuum cleaners and just about anything that anybody would need to work on that maybe used to have a home wood shop or workshop of their own. Do you have any women come in here to work?
Once in a while, there's 2 or 3 women come in here around just before Christmas. They got quite a few little things to cut out, and they cut them out. They handle it themselves, you know.
Very
And
good.
if they want anything made for Christmas, like little crosses and all of that stuff, we make them, you know, like if they need 50 of those and all of this, we got the material fine. If not, they supply the material.
Okay.
There's a little stool they make for the kids at the hospital to sit on. You paint A, B, C, D up and all that on.
All right. So this is for the kids over at, which hospital is
I
it?
don't know which one it goes to. They got a lot of hospitals in the shrines, you know.
I see, that's for the Shriners. Well, it's Friday afternoon and things are kind of quiet.
But I'll tell you one thing, it wasn't too quiet last week, I'll tell you.
Well, we're going to leave Laughing Ed Finkler over at Woodshop number 2 and truck on over to the lapidary shop. This particular shop that I happen to be in right now is a lapidary shop. They've got grinding wheels and buffing wheels, and that's the basis of a lapidary shop. And we've got furnaces where you can cast rings and jewelry for yourself, for your wives. And this is not only for the men, you know. We've got a lot of ladies that like to come around here and do these things. They like to get their hands dirty. They like to do the things their husbands never let them do when they were around or whatever. So these are some of the craft shops that are available for you people, for you residents of Leisure World. I'm here with Harold Cheney and Bud Burns. Oh, I'm looking here at the shop. As he said, it's kind of quiet here this afternoon because it's Friday, so that's a good time for a lot of you people to come in, I think. Bud, you were telling me that all of these wheels are different, each one's different? They're different grits or what?
Different grits. They go from 100 to 600.
Okay, and what's the purpose of that?
The higher you go down, the finer they are to do the finish work. Then we
Okay.
have all kind of polishers that gets it finer than that.
Okay, so these are really polishing wheels. Those aren't grinders.
These are grinding wheels on this end.
Uh-huh.
As you go down the grid, you get to the finer and the polishing part.
Okay, now those are for working with stones, is that it?
That's right.
I'm going to swing back over here to Harold because he's got some really interesting little things out here on the counter. Now, what have you got there, Harold?
Now this is our wax patterns.
This is cast silver, cast gold. You got all those old gold fillings laying around. You can bring them in and
Here is one of those things where after we get this sized out, we have a wax pen that we can put these on here with, and then it'll stay there. And then after we get them all on there that we want, then we put this on and fill this thing full of investment.
that's your
That's
powder.
your powder.
Mm-hmm.
And then we mix that with water and we usually let it set overnight. You don't have to, but we like it, it's better that way.
Mm-hmm.
And then tomorrow morning, we put it in the oven. It's there for 4 hours before we melt the silver and put it in there, because we got to melt all of this wax out. There can't be any of it in there, left in there. That's what gives you these, like this ring. That's what gives you the design. All of the little holes and everything is in there. It shows the feathers on that bird's head. Shows his eye. But and these little ones here. Now this one happens to be a ram, which it's pretty hard to hold it and show it to you. But it'll be a pendant when I get it finished, polished.
Mm-hmm.
Put a little chain in there, and some little girl will like that, I'll bet you. There's a piece of rock there. You cut back there in our saws and cut a slab just like those. Then you got templates there, you put designs on them. Like this, these. And then you can cut, you put that in the trim saw and trim out your pieces there like this heart was. Therefore, then you start on your grinding wheels and grind them out. But now this shows how your jewelry is made. Some of your jewelry is made out of some of these pieces. Bolo ties. Here's a tumbler wheel. Here's your trim saw. Here's your big saw, slab saws that we use back there to cut the slabs to begin with.
The ladies would like to be able to come and get acquainted with this, especially now I see some of these stones
We have
over
several
here.
women in here.
We've got one lady that's 103 years old. Comes in here.
Yeah, I interviewed a lady who was
You did.
103 years old.
That was her.
That was her? Marion
Higgins.
yeah.
She can grind a stone yet, right in here. She doesn't. Came in one day and said if I had a stone, I'd grind it, so I got her one right quick. You have classes in here and to help them out and get them going. And I will help them at any time. There's always somebody here that will help them out if they get in trouble. And we usually try to have one in the spring and one in the fall.
Okay, so the spring class is coming up now.
Coming up.
But even if they miss the class, there'll be
Come
somebody
in,
around
somebody
here.
will help them anyway.
Okay, great. Do model making and ceramics. You polish stone. You cast silver and make jewelry. What else do you do in here? Clocks.
Throwing a brick.
Those little bricks there, there's over 500 of them in that tower. That's the chimes.
And that was the church.
This church here, we had a member here that had a factory that made these little dolls in Pennsylvania. He came in and gave them to me and said do something with them. The way they were dressed and all I could see was in a church. So I built the church for the people.
And every bit of that's made by hand, every little brick.
Everything is made right here except this table.
Well, there's something for you people that came here to get away from the offices and your foundries and your factories, and so you can. I'll tell you one thing you don't have to worry about is figuring out a budget for overhead for this. That's somebody else's problem. Thank you very much, Bud and Harold.
Thank you.
Well, let's go on over to the trailer club lot now. Good morning, folks, because it's morning when we're taping this. I'm Ray Jarris, and I'm usually doing a show called Inside Leisure World. But we decided that one of the things that people inside Leisure World really needed to know about was some of the craft provisions that are available here at Leisure World. And this is a space that's provided for those of you who are lucky enough to have an RV or a trailer or a boat or whatever. The trailer lot is available to all residents of Leisure World, but there are some little differences and there's limit on the space. So that's one of the things I'm here today to talk to the president, Dick Davies, and we'll get the whole story on this, okay? And I would like to have Dick step up and how are you, Dick?
I'm fine, Ray.
Good, glad to see you.
Nice to be here.
We wanted to make this tape, wanted to provide this information to the new residents and a lot of the older residents of Leisure World who may not have even been aware of its existence. So now you're the president of the trailer club.
Yes, I am this year. I was elected last December, and we'll have another election this coming December. So.
Aha. Okay. And why don't you tell us about the trailer club first of all, and then you can talk about the lot.
Okay. The trailer club is a group of people that are interested in motorhoming, RVing, tent camping, etc., etc. We have something over 300 members at the present time.
There's an area over by Clubhouse 3, the 3 and 4, I guess it is, that I'll see RVs parked over there. Now, is that What's the situation on that? Do you know? Can you tell me?
Sure. What happens there is guests that come in that of residents of Leisure World can park over there for a length of time, nominally 2 weeks or up to 2 weeks, and they get permission from security and get a paper that they can put in their windshield that allows them to park there, gives their name and the guest that they're visiting, that sort of information, a telephone number, and security allows them to park then for up to 2 weeks.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so that's for guests of the residents.
Right.
But
we do have, I think, a couple over there now that are parked there because we have this waiting list. We have some 19 people in here that have vehicles they'd like to park in the trailer lot, and they're on the waiting list.
why don't you tell us something about how this lot comes into being? Is it funded by Golden Rain? Is it part of Leisure World? That sort of information.
Okay. Golden Rain owns the property, and the trailer club leases the property every year from the Golden Rain Foundation. We pay $10,300 and some a year to lease the property from the Golden Rain Foundation, and we get the money for the property from our lot dues, our membership dues, our lot fees that we charge for parking in here, and that sort of thing. Really, dues of $8 per year give you membership in the club, which allows you to fellowship, if you will, with the other members of the club, come to the monthly meetings, even do voting at the in December, our December meeting when we vote for new board members and that sort of thing. If you have space in here and are leasing space in here, which costs around $100. Some shorter rigs pay less, some longer ones pay more, but it's about $100 a year, and that money goes towards the lease price. Also, you can, if you don't have a rig, you can get lot use of the facilities by paying a nominal sum. I think it's around $35 a year. Allows you to use the facilities, gives you a card key that allows you in the gate, allows you to use our wash facilities, which are back here, allows you to use the cement pads that we have back in the back where you can work on your automobile or your motorhome or whatever. Allows you the use of the tools that we have in our tool shed, and we also have a dump station down at the other end of the lot where people that have motorhomes can dump their gray water tanks and their black water tanks when they come back from a trip or that sort of thing.
Now, you mentioned they could work on their car on the pad. Now, that's just on a daily basis? There's no
Right.
long-term usage for that?
Right, absolutely. We ask them to, while they're working on their vehicle or their car, they can use the pads, but when they're finished, don't leave it on the pads overnight or anything like that, because other people want to use the pads too. So it's a short-term thing.
So, in other words, it better be ambulatory. You can't leave it here and let it
rot.
let it rot. Yeah. Is there a phone over here for in case of an emergency? Is there a phone available in the office?
There's a phone available in the office. There's also a phone in the box right outside the office that can be used for emergency if the office is locked.
Sometimes the trailer club sponsors meets. They go off to places like Death Valley Days and Needles, or not Needles, but
Oh, we've been to many, many places. We've been to Beaumont, we've been to Valencia, San Onofre. Once a year, the past president, who is a retired military person, gets us space on the trailer or facilities at the Marine base. and we'll be going down there this October. What normally happens is that we go out for 3-day trips, Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Thursdays. That allows us to get places that aren't as expensive during the middle of the week, and of course all of the people, or most of the people in here are retired and can take off in the middle of the week with no problem. We are dark during June, July, and August, so we don't have any trips during those 3 months, and we don't have a trip in December. We do have one special also out at Quartzsite, Arizona, which we go out to Quartzsite in January, and this last January Susan and I, my wife, were out there for a week, and we had a crowd out there. We must have had 15, 17 rigs that came out there.
From here?
From here,
Oh.
right, from the trailer lot.
Mm-hmm.
That's probably the world's biggest swap meet or flea market, whatever you want to call it. The snowbirds from all over the northern part of the country descend on Quartzsite in December usually, and stay maybe till March, and some even stay till April. And the Quartzsite is a mass of motorhomes, trailers, etc., during that period of time.
The most impressive sights I think I've ever seen is Death Valley Days.
There were several people from here that went up to Death Valley Days this year.
Okay, Dick, well, thank you very much for all your information, and
You're welcome,
good
man.
luck with the trailer club. Well, folks, this has been Spotlight on Leisure World Hobbycraft Facilities, presented by the Leisure World Video Producers Club. We hope that you will take the opportunity to go visit these various shops and see what they have to offer. And we'll see you around, and perhaps we'll even see you on Inside Leisure World. Thank you very much.